Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bolt Report for another episode of Thunderstruck. My name is Michael Wax, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host Jake Ricker. We have another very special guest with us today. Our guest was drafted 115th overall in the 2023 draft by your Tampa Bay Lightning. He broke TJ Oshie's point record at Warroad High School with 304 points and followed that up by finishing second on the USHL's Green Bay Gamblers in assists and points during the 2023-2024 season. He is currently in his freshman season at the University of Minnesota Duluth, already with 3 points in his first 3 games as of this recording. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jasyon Shaugabay. Jayson, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So we want to start things off by talking about your draft process, the NHL draft in general, just overall impressions. What do you remember about that day 2 of the draft?
I remember waking up in the morning. I remember showering and getting ready because obviously day 2 starts at like 10 a.m. or something. I remember showering and just like, well, today's the day it might happen. Today's the day it might get drafted. And besides that, it was kind of all a blur up until the moment. But it was obviously a pretty exciting day, and I had my whole family there and everybody. So it was a pretty special day, and it was kind of all a blur now, but it was very exciting.
Do you remember who the first person from the Lightning organization was to reach out to you and really get that process started?
Oh gosh. Josh, Day or Die, I can't remember his last name, but he was. I met him actually the year prior because he was up in Warroad watching our practice. He was watching one of my teammates, Damon Gardner, and me and my family just went out for dinner with him after because I don't know why, but we just did. And so I met him then the year before my draft year, so I knew him even before that. But
so take me through that moment that you get selected by the Lightning. As you mentioned, you woke up that morning, hey, this could be the day. It's early. When your name gets called, take me through that moment for you.
I remember, obviously, when they announced, they said, from Warroad High School, I know it was either me or my goalie in high school, Hammer Slukinski, and just hearing, from Warroad, Minnesota, blah, blah, and hearing my name, I mean, my family jumped up before I did. They were screaming, and that's just a dream come true. You watch it every year, you watch it happen, and you're just excited that maybe could be you, and for that to finally happen was surreal.
And then, a couple days after you got drafted, immediately you're thrust into that development camp that the Lightning do in early July. What was the biggest thing that you learned about the Lightning organization from being in that camp for the few days?
You learn so much from everybody there. Even the players, the staff, everybody, even the way they have meals for everything is so professional, and you learn so much on the ice and off the ice, how to treat your body and all that kind of stuff. It's so pro, right? I was used to high school at the time, and it's so different. Even from when I was in USHL, it's so different. It's just so pro and so professional, and I think just learning from those people and how they carry themselves, and from the head owner people to the prospects, just learning from everybody was what I took most from it.
We mentioned off the top there your scoring record at Warroad. As you approach a record like that, a lot of times, broadcasters will talk about how, sometimes you grip your stick a little bit tight because you're getting a little close to something like that. What's the key to staying focused and playing your game?
Not really thinking about it. Obviously it was unbelievable to be able to do that and to break that record. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't mean anything. At the end, it really doesn't. If I broke it or not, it didn't really matter. But I was just having fun playing high school with my best friends, and I knew that was there. So obviously I wanted it. I wanted to break that record. But for me, it was just, like you said, gripping the stick. I was don't worry about it. If it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. So I was just having fun and playing hockey with my buddies.
When was the first time, I know you had an assist on, that was the record-breaking point. When was the first time that you kind of realized, like, oh my God, like I actually broke the record? Was it the puck grab by the teammate? Was it all the teammates coming off the bench?
I think it was as soon as I passed it. I mean, I passed it to my nephew, Carson Pilgrim. And he's committed to North Dakota, so he's obviously a really talented player. And as soon as I passed it to him and gave him a breakaway, I was like, here it comes. It's finally happening before I even scored. So, but no, and then obviously my whole team like rushed, jumped off the bench, and we had a whole celebration for it and everything. And they announced it as soon as the goal was scored. And I think just hearing the crowd, and it wasn't that full of a game, but it was still pretty loud. And I think that was a pretty cool moment.
So, we talked about, teammates piling on top of you. I want to ask you about during the most recent Green Bay Gamblers season, round one, that overtime winner to send you to round two. As the goal is being scored, you're sort of bull rushed by the rest of your teammates. What do you remember as the crowd begins to pile on top of you?
I remember it hurt. Like I was screaming, like, get off, because there was somebody like squishing my leg, but it was like at a weird angle, and it was just like twisting it weird, and it was painful, and I was just like screaming to get off me. But no, it was pretty cool.
And then for the team in general, I know that they talked about it being a 12-year playoff drought for Green Bay before that, at least for a series win. What do you think, or how do you think the city embraces you after breaking a drought like that?
I mean, our fans there were very good, so I think they were extremely excited, and I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty normal for most fans to be like that, but obviously they were super excited, and the energy in that building. We got a really nice rink there in Green Bay, and it was pretty full and everything. So it's pretty cool to have that behind you in junior hockey.
I want to look at some of your collegiate career right now as well. So what made University of Minnesota Duluth the right choice for you?
It's close to home. It's like 3.5, 4 hours from my house, and so obviously my family can come to games, and they've been able to come. They went 2 weekends ago. They're coming up this weekend, and the coaches here, and obviously Duluth is a beautiful place. I love it here. And then, like I said, the coaches, they made me feel at home, made me feel wanted, and it just made me feel comfortable. Everything about here, when I took my unofficial visit a few years ago, I was like, this is a place where I want to spend 4 years, and that's pretty much it.
You mentioned your cousin committed to playing at North Dakota. What are you going to tell him about a potential rivalry that's coming to?
No, we talk about it all the time. Yeah, we talk about it all the time, and we're really excited about it. And so he's my nephew, and so his mom is my sister, and we give her crap all the time about what team she cheers for, like right now, and all that kind of stuff. But no, it's cool because it's a big rivalry, and for him to be able to play there, and I'll be here is pretty cool for our family.
First game, we mentioned it again off the top. 3 points in that first game, 2 goals and an assist. A lot of people talk about the differences as you transition from one league to another. But what are some of the similarities that you noticed between the USHL and the NCAA to make that transition so easy?
Obviously, it's just a little faster and a little bit. Obviously, everybody's a little older and stronger, but I mean, the skill level is pretty much the same. I mean, in USHL, pretty much every single player is committed D1, so the talent's all pretty similar. I've only played 3 games, I don't really know that much, but from what I know, the talent level's pretty much the same. It's just a little faster, a little stronger. We gotta make plays a little quicker, and it's pretty much all I've noticed so far. But I'm also only a couple weeks in, so.
How has that experience been just starting now in your collegiate career, and you're learning the ropes? Take me through these first couple of weeks here as you're getting ready to go into your first full season.
I mean, it's a lot of fun, and we have our group is really tight here, and the older guys that we have, like our captains, and they're great leaders, and they're great role models for all these young guys. Obviously, we have 11 freshmen, and so we got a really young group, and our older guys and our coaches have been really good to us, and showing us everything, and even the players are coaching us through stuff and helping us out, and it's just a really tight group, and everybody helps each other out, so they're making it really easy.
Just as someone who is sort of new to this league, who in whether it's the leadership group or just an upperclassman has really taken you under their wing so far?
Like I said, I think everybody is so tight, and so they're all leaders. Even the guys that don't wear the letters, and even the freshmen are leaders. Like everybody is really tight, and they're all really passionate about the game. And so I don't even think I could pick out one single person. I think it's a full group thing.
For those who maybe haven't seen you play in a full game, what's kind of your play style when you're out there on the ice?
I think I'm very very patient with the puck, and I like to make plays. Uh, I'm not I'm not the fastest guy in the world. I'm not usually playing 100 miles an hour. I like to slow the game down and let it come to me and try to make plays. And um, I mean that's what I try to do the most.
As far as making plays, a lot of the plays that we saw in a couple prior seasons were you going behind the net and finding that open guy in front. What makes that area behind the net so easy for you to control?
I mean, I think just using the net, it helps you kind of create space, and then also when you're back there, you can scan the whole ice. So everything's in front of you, everywhere you can see everybody, and I think getting there and trying to create a little bit of space so you can look up and find seams and holes is, I think, one of the biggest reasons why it's effective.
For this upcoming year, obviously, you want to have a ton of success as much as you can, get those wins, score lots of goals. But what's one thing you're really looking to try and improve on when it comes to your game this year?
Getting faster and stronger, be able to, everybody, like I said, everybody's stronger, so it's harder to control pucks and be strong on it. And I think that's the biggest thing for me is becoming faster and stronger, and being able to keep pucks in those battles that aren't with the stick, with your body. And I think that's the biggest thing for me.
What types of drills, whether it's continuation from USHL stuff or stuff that you did in high school, or it's new stuff that you're learning over at Minnesota Duluth, can you do to become faster and become stronger?
I think just every day working on those things in practice, keeping my feet moving, trying to just make myself faster, play faster, and get used to and comfortable playing faster. And then in the battles, just trying to stay strong on the puck. And it's not high school anymore. I can't just use my stick and make moves. You just can't do that anymore. So just staying strong on the puck and moving my feet.
Now, you're in college right now, not actively with the Lightning, but in their organization. How does that work when it comes to them working with you and you're trying to improve? Is there any kind of relationship there, or is everything really focused on when it comes to your school?
Yeah, there is. I mean, they definitely help with, they send me videos and stuff like that. And we have a skating coach that I skate with, obviously, in Tampa, and then I'm pretty sure she comes to Minnesota, and I'll be skating with her too. So, yeah, they definitely help, and they're a big part of it.
Looking at the roster, I know you probably can't watch every game right now for the Lightning, but what do you think about the basically way that the team looks to improve upon everybody in the organization? Not just you, not just the main roster guys, but the way that they really set themselves apart.
I think work ethic. Like when I was there, the way that they worked and the way that the whole everybody, all the coaches and everybody that was working there, the way that they're so serious and they work really hard. And I think obviously in Tampa they have a lot of guys that are really talented, but they work extremely hard. And I think that's one thing that they try to install in all the prospects and all the guys that are still there.
And then who's the one guy that you're really excited to put your skates on and go skating with in a Lightning uniform?
Kucherov for sure.
He's a fun guy to play with. Do you see yourself as helping to set him up or getting those passes for him? Because you mentioned you had that big play where you had the nice assist to break the record.
I find myself more as a pass guy. So I would try to be passing to him, but he's obviously, I think, one of the best players in the world, and so I think I'll just let him do his thing, and I'll do anything I could to help.
What are some of the things that you can take away from his game when you're watching, a guy like him play in the amazing season he just put on? and you mentioned you're also kind of a playmaker a little bit like he is. What are some of the things you take from his game?
I like to watch like his shift by shift and just the way he thinks the game. I think he's the smartest player in hockey right now, maybe even ever, one of the smartest. And I think just watching the way he positions himself and the way he takes pucks and all that kind of stuff. Not even just about him making plays through four guys. Everybody knows he can do that, but the stuff he does away from the puck and how he thinks the game is outside of having the puck is one of the things I like to study from him.
And then, becoming smarter as a hockey player. We think about it all the time as, just watching film or, positioning yourself correctly. What's the way that Jasyon Shaugabay becomes a smarter hockey player?
I think for me, what I like to do is watching a lot of hockey, watching the best players in the world, see how they do it. And obviously then just learning from my coaches and everything like that. And just taking in advice. And like I said, I love watching the best players in the world and see how they play and what they do, because they're the best. So I think just trying to learn from everybody around me is better.
All right, Jason. So something we do with everybody when they come on the show is we do what we call the Bolt Report's Lightning Minute. So I'm going to put a timer up here on my phone for a minute. I got a couple of rapid fire questions for you. So try not to think about them too much. Just give me your answer. Just some fun stuff to get to know you a little bit better and kind of your personality. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. I'm starting the timer right after I finish the first question. Okay, your favorite hockey player?
Nikita Kucherov.
Go-to goal celebration?
I think just put my arms in the air.
Favorite pregame meal?
Chicken Alfredo.
Favorite hockey game that you have watched?
Stanley Cup final when the Capitals won.
Favorite Lightning jersey?
Their third jersey last year.
All right, how about your favorite activity outside of hockey to do?
Golf.
Golf. Okay. Ever had a hole in one?
One.
One. All right. Favorite song to listen to?
Probably something by Zach Bryan right now. I don't know exactly what I'd put.
Favorite movie?
Cars.
Cars. Apple or Android?
Apple.
And then cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Love it. And that's the timer right there. Perfect timing. All right, Jayson, thanks so much for doing that. That was a lot of fun. Wait, I want to go back real quick to the hole-in-one. I know that's a big thing for golfers. Take me through the hole-in-one.
It was when I was like 13. I was actually hitting from the women's tees. It was only like a 90-yard hole with a wedge. And I don't know, I just got lucky. Just hit it and somehow went in. I don't know. But that was a pretty cool moment.
Hey, a hole-in-one's a hole-in-one, right?
Yeah.
We see a lot of hockey players really like golf at the end of things. Is there a correlation between the way that you might, hit a one-timer versus how you're hitting a golf ball?
I never thought about that. I don't think so. I guess I don't know. I think it's. I love golf. I don't know. I don't know why every hockey player loves golf. I don't even know, but I love it.
Well, Jayson, I hope you're not playing a lot of golf when you're with the Lightning. I hope we're making deep playoff runs when you're wearing Lightning blue. But guys, that'll do it for us on this edition of Thunderstruck. A huge thanks to Jasyon Shaugabay for coming on the show. If you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and turn on that bell so you don't miss future videos just like this one. And we'll talk to you in the next one. Go Bolts.